Next topic, E1CB reactions. Next topic, keep subheading E1CB reaction. E1CB elimination reaction. There are three types of elimination reactions. Three types of elimination reactions, E1, E2 and the last one is E1CB. Among the three types of elimination reactions, we already discussed E1 and E2 elimination reactions in the previous classes. If you have any doubt in E1 and E2, we will check my previous videos. Today we will discuss E1CB reaction. E1CB means elimination. E means elimination. Elimination. 1 means unimolecular. Elimination unimolecular. C means conjugate. Conjugate. B means base. Unimolecular elimination conjugate base elimination reaction. E1CB elimination reaction, one of the type of elimination reaction. Which compounds will undergo E1CB elimination reactions? So generally all alkyl halides will not undergo E1CB reactions. There is some conditions required to undergo E1CB reactions. What are those conditions? To know more details about which compounds will undergo E1CB reactions, we will discuss few points in E1 and E2 elimination reaction. Few points. First see E1 elimination reaction. In E1 elimination reaction, take example 2-bromopropane. Take example of 2-bromopropane for E1 elimination reaction. First point, in E1 elimination, good leaving group required. Good leaving group is required for E1 elimination reaction. And weak base is required like water, methanol, ethanol. High temperature is required, otherwise substitution reaction will take place. In the first step, carbocation is formed as an intermediate. In the first step, carbocation is formed as an intermediate, as a Br minus. This is a carbocation. This is the first step that is obtained in E1 elimination. So why we are discussing all these things means to differentiate E1CB among E1 and E2. This carbocation, this is sp2 hybridized. It's a planar. Planar. In the second step, weak base obstruct a proton at beta carbon. This is alpha, beta. This is also beta. Since these two beta carbons are same, weak base will obstruct a proton at either of the beta hydrogen. So let us say weak base obstruct a proton at this hydrogen, this beta carbon hydrogen, then we will get propene as a product. Propene as a product in E1 elimination reaction. The first step is a slow step. Second step is a fast step. Since this is a slow step, this is a rate determining step. In rate determining step, even though we are using 2-bromopropane, water and we are heating, so we are getting carbocation as intermediate, we will get there is a chance for the rearrangement also. In the first step, formation of the carbocation, there is no role of weak base. There is no role of weak base in the formation of the carbocation. See, so 2-bromopropane that undergo, CBr bond will cleave, will get carbocation Br minus. This is a polar protic solvent. Generally, polar protic solvent will help to decrease the force of attractions between carbon and bromine. That is dielectric constant. Since that is having more dielectric constant, it will decrease the force of attractions only, but there is no role of water in first step. That's why rate of reaction is directly proportional to only concentration of the substrate only. Rate of reaction will directly proportional to concentration of the substrate only. Since only one molecule involved in the rate equation, order is equal to 1. That's why unimolecular. Very, very important. So we need to differentiate this from the E1CB reaction. Since order is equal to 1, this is unimolecular. It's a first order kinetics. Also, in rate determining step, in the slow step, only one molecule involved. So even though we are writing water, there is no role of water in the first step. That's why, no, only one molecule is involved. The molecularity is also 1. Since molecularity is 1, that's why it is unimolecular. Order is equal to 1, that is first order kinetics. Order is equal to 1, molecularity is also 1 for E1 reaction. Some important points in E1 reaction. The elimination that is taking place through carbocation. So H plus is taking place. So H plus is abstracted with a weak base from planar carbocation. So this is no syn elimination that is taking place through planar carbocation. It is not a syn elimination. It is not syn elimination. Also, it is not anti-elimination. It is not syn elimination, not anti-elimination. So the reactions in which there is no syn elimination and there is no anti-elimination, those reactions we can call it as non-stereospecific. Non-stereospecific reaction. E1 reaction is a non-stereospecific reaction, very, very important one. Also, CH bond cleavage is taking place. CH bond cleavage taking place at the first step. That's why there is no kinetic isotopic effect in E1 reaction. No kinetic isotopic effect, no syn elimination, no anti-elimination, that's why non-stereospecific reaction. Always Sedgwick product is a major product. Sedgwick product is a major product. So these are the important points in E1 elimination reaction. Now let's see what is E2 elimination reaction. Whereas in E2 elimination reaction, take same example 2-bromopropane. So we need to use strong base here. Let us say alcoholic NaOH, strong base required, whereas in E1 elimination weak base required. High temperature required, otherwise substitution reactions will take place. In E1, good leaving group required, whereas in E2 we can use either good leaving group or we can also use poor leaving group. We can also use poor leaving group in E2 reactions, poor leaving group. So what will happen in case of good leaving group and what will happen in case of poor leaving group, we'll discuss. Here 3 hydrogens are there at beta carbon. So this is alpha at beta, 2 beta carbons are there. So among these 2 beta, both beta carbons are same. So strong base can abstract a proton at hydrogen at either of the beta carbon. Let us say strong base abstract a proton at this beta carbon. So OH minus will abstract a proton among these 3 hydrogens. So strong base abstract a proton opposite with respect to the bromo. Strong base abstract a proton which is opposite with respect to the bromo. So here abstraction of a proton and expulsion of the leaving group will take place simultaneously. So we will get a transition state followed by the propene. Transition state followed by the propene. It's a single step, but there is a transition state is formed. The first step is the slow step, only one step. Transition state is formed in the E2 elimination reaction. So here see strong base abstract a proton at beta carbon opposite with respect to the bromo, that is called as a anti-elimination reaction. Anti-elimination reaction. Whereas E1 it's no syn, no anti. That's why non-stereospecific reaction. Whereas E2 it is anti-elimination. That's why E2 reaction is a stereospecific reaction. Stereospecific, that means anti, any either syn or anti, that means stereospecific. No syn, no anti, non-stereospecific. Since it is anti-elimination, E2 reaction we can call it as a stereospecific reaction. CH bond cleavage is taking place. CH bond cleavage is taking place at a slow step. So, in any reaction, if CH bond cleavage is taking place in slow step, then kinetic isotopic effect is present. Kinetic isotopic effect. Whereas in E1 reaction, no kinetic isotopic effect. Why? Because CH bond takes place in the fast step. EF. Kinetic isotopic effect is present. Okay. Whereas in E1 there is no kinetic isotopic effect. And one more important point, if you use good leaving group, Sedgwick product is major product. Sedgwick product is major. If you use poor leaving group, Hoffman product is major product. Hoffman product is major. If you use bulk strong base like potassium tertiary butoxide, bulk strong base, in this case also Hoffman product is the major product. Hoffman product is the major product. Let's see the difference between E1 and E2. Only good leaving group required for E1. Good and poor leaving group can be okay for E2. Weak base for E1, strong base for E2. Carbocation is formed, planar carbocation, no syn, no anti-elimination, non-stereospecific reaction, whereas this one anti-elimination, stereospecific reaction. CH cleavage is taking place at slow step, that's why kinetic isotopic effect is present in E2 reaction, whereas CH cleavage is taking place at fast step, later step taking place. Okay, CH cleavage is taking place in E1 at a fast stage, that's why no kinetic isotopic effect. In E1 only Sedgwick product is the major. Here, so good leaving group Sedgwick product, poor leaving group Hoffman product, bulk strong base, again Hoffman product is the major. Now coming to the E1 CB. Okay, let's see what is the difference between E1 CB, E1 and E2. So in E1 CB reaction, normal alkyl halides will not undergo E1 CB reaction. So see 2-bromopropane will not undergo E1 CB reaction. So we discussed so far 2-bromopropane for E1 and 2-bromopropane for E2. From 2-bromopropane we will get the propene. The product is same, propene. Okay. So 2-bromopropane, 2-propane. Suppose if you use H2O at high temperature, it's a two-step reaction, that is E1. If you use alcoholic KOH or alcoholic NaOH, single step, that is E2. Right. But normal 2-bromopropane will not undergo E1 CB reaction. To undergo E1 CB elimination reaction, two minimum conditions. The first condition is, let us say three conditions. First condition is poor leaving group required. For E1 CB reaction. No doubt. So in poor leaving group containing compounds will also undergo E2. That's why there is a competition between E2 and E1 CB. So let's go for the second condition. Beta hydrogen should be acidic. So if these two conditions satisfy, then only that particular alkyl halide will undergo E1 CB. Let's see why 2-bromopropane will not undergo E1 CB means. No doubt. So first thing, this is not a good leaving group and there is beta hydrogen is there, that is not acidic. What is that acidic beta hydrogen? So in a covalent compound, suppose hydrogen that is attached to carbon. To behave this hydrogen is acidic. Hydrogen attached carbon should be attached to electron withdrawing group. If hydrogen attached carbon, if attached to electron withdrawing group, then this particular hydrogen is said to be acidic. Now coming to the poor leaving group, beta hydrogen should be acidic and a strong base required at high temperature. Strong base is required. So remaining factors that are affecting E1 CB will make a list. strong base and high temperature required. Let's see, poor leaving group required. Poor leaving group is required. Let us say R. So let us say this is alpha carbon and this is beta carbon. Okay, this is beta carbon. So hydrogen is required. So since if it is hydrogen, then only it will undergo elimination reaction. And this hydrogen should be acidic. So this is the main condition. Okay, beta hydrogen should be acidic. So poor leaving group alpha at beta carbon hydrogen is there and that hydrogen should be acidic. So when this hydrogen is acidic, hydrogen attached carbon should be attached to electron withdrawing group. Hydrogen attached carbon should be attached to electron withdrawing group. Then this hydrogen is said to be acidic. Now this type of compounds will undergo E1Cb reaction. Normal alkyl halides will not undergo E1Cb reaction. To undergo a particular compound E1Cb reaction, first condition poor leaving group. Second condition beta hydrogen should be acidic. So when the particular hydrogen is acidic means hydrogen attached carbon should be attached to electron withdrawing group, then only that particular hydrogen is acidic. Beta hydrogen is acidic, that means hydrogen attached carbon should be attached to electron withdrawing group. That means beta hydrogen is acidic. So poor leaving group, beta hydrogen is acidic and strong base and high temperature means that compounds will undergo E1Cb reaction. Now let's take one example. E1Cb reaction with mechanism. Take example 1,1-dichloro mechanism, 1,1-dichloro 2,2,2-trifluoroethane, 1,1-dichloro 2,2,2-trifluoroethane. This is 1,1-dichloro 2,2,2-trifluoroethane. Let's see whether this compound will undergo E1Cb elimination or not. First one, poor leaving group is there. First condition satisfied, alpha and beta. Beta hydrogen is there. That means it will undergo elimination. Let's see, and also this hydrogen should be acidic. So when a particular hydrogen is acidic means hydrogen attached carbon should be attached to electron withdrawing group. Hydrogen attached carbon attached to electron withdrawing group means this hydrogen is acidic. Beta hydrogen is acidic, poor leaving group is there. That means it will undergo E1Cb reaction. Third condition is a strong base. Let us say alcoholic KOH. Strong base alcoholic KOH. So OH minus will abstract a proton at beta carbon. Abstract a proton at beta carbon. So this is, since acidic hydrogen, let us say this is acid compound reacting with acid compound reacting with strong base. So let us say this is acid base reaction. Acid base reaction and it is a reversible reaction. All acid base reactions are reversible. It's a reversible reaction. And the first step is a fast step. So fast step. It is a fast step, acid base reaction, reversible reaction, strong base abstract a proton at beta carbon. As a result, you will get carbanion intermediate is formed. Carbanion intermediate is formed in E1Cb reaction. This is carbanion intermediate. This carbanion is sp2 hybridized, planar. In the second step, expulsion of the leaving group will take place. Expulsion of the leaving group will take place at high temperature. This is the slow step. After that, we will get alkene. 1,1-dichloro 2,2-trifluoroethene will be obtained from 1,1-dichloro 2,2,2-trifluoroethane. So, second step is the slow step. So, this is the rate determining step. In the rate determining step, only one molecule is involved here. Whereas, in the first step, CH bond cleavage is taking place. So, few important points here. So, CH cleavage is taking place. CH cleavage is taking place at the fast step. That means there is no kinetic isotopic effect. No kinetic isotopic effect is present. Kinetic isotopic effect is present in E1CB reaction. No kinetic isotopic effect. Why? Because cleavage of CH bond is taking place in fast step. That's why no kinetic isotopic effect. And expulsion of the leaving group through carbanion intermediate, planar. Okay, it's not syn elimination. It's not syn elimination. No syn elimination. Also, no anti-elimination. Why? Because the elimination taking place through planar carbanion intermediate. That's why it is not syn elimination, not anti-elimination. That's why it is a non-stereospecific reaction. It is a non-stereospecific reaction. Stereospecific reaction. So E1CB is an example of non-stereospecific reaction. Why? Because it's not syn elimination, not anti-elimination. So this is a no kinetic isotopic effect. Let's see one important point, why it is unimolecular. So for that, why it is unimolecular means, let's say, so this is say substrate. Let us say this is substrate, that is a strong base, and this is carbanion, it's a conjugate base. This is a conjugate base. Let us say conjugate base CB, you can write it as CB. Strong base SB, you can write SB. This is a substrate. So this is a reversible reaction. This is a rate determining step. First write rate of reaction for rate determining step, and rate of reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of the strong base. Only why? Because only one molecule is involved. Since only one molecule is involved in the slow step, molecularity is 1. Molecularity is equal to 1. That's why it is a unimolecular. Unimolecular. Okay, unimolecular. So coming to this equation, we can write equation 1 as R is equal to K is the rate constant for slow rate determining step, K into concentration of the strong base. Since this reaction is equilibrium, reversible reaction, write equilibrium constant for this reaction. So the equilibrium constant for the reversible reaction we can call it write as a, so equilibrium constant, concentration of the product divided by concentration of the substrate, concentration of the substrate into concentration of the strong base. Concentration of the strong base. Let us write concentration of the strong base. This is equilibrium constant for the first step. So from this equation we can write it as, so CB. So from this equation, concentration of the strong base is equal to K equilibrium into concentration of the substrate into concentration of the strong base. Concentration of the substrate into concentration of the strong base. Let's say substitute this CB here. Okay, if you substitute that concentration of the strong base here, then so what will happen? So just I am rubbing this one. Then what will happen? So R is equal to K into what is CB? K equilibrium into concentration of the substrate, concentration of the substrate, and also concentration of the strong base. This is the final rate equation. Let's see, in this rate equation, 2 molecules are involved. That means if you see the order is equal to 2, but molecularity is 1. Okay, order is 2, molecularity is 1. Why it is okay? So order 2 means it is a second order kinetics, but it's not bimolecular. It is a second order kinetics, an example of second order reaction, but molecularity is 1. Why molecularity is 1 means in slow step only one molecule is involved. That's why molecularity is 1, unimolecular. but second order reaction. So this is the mechanism for E1CB reaction. Now we will see the factors affecting E1CB reaction. Take subheading factors affecting E1CB reaction. Factors affecting E1CB reaction. Factors affecting E1CB elimination reaction. We will discuss some important points here. The first point is poor leaving group is required for E1CB reaction. Poor leaving group. So poor leaving group compulsory required to undergo E1CB reaction. The poor leaving groups are fluoro, OH, O-phenyl, O-acetyl, poor leaving group, NR3, SR2. These are the poor leaving groups. So these poor leaving group containing compounds will undergo E1CB reaction. Second condition, beta hydrogen should be acidic. Beta hydrogen should be acidic. Beta hydrogen should be acidic. So when a particular hydrogen is acidic means that hydrogen attached carbon should be attached to electron withdrawing group, then this particular hydrogen is said to be acidic. That means that beta carbon electron withdrawing group should be present. So what are the electron withdrawing groups that should be present at beta carbon are either nitro. If nitro is present at beta carbon, that beta hydrogen is acidic. If it is chloro or CF3 group present at beta carbon, CCl3 group is present at beta carbon, formyl group if present at beta carbon, acetyl group if present at beta carbon, vinyl group if present at beta carbon, phenyl group if present at beta carbon, then that particular hydrogen at beta carbon is acidic. Strong base required. Strong bases required. For E1 elimination reaction. Even strong base will also useful for E2 reaction, but E2 reaction, good leaving group, poor leaving group. For E2 reaction, beta hydrogen no need to be acidic. What are the strong bases that are required for E1CB reactions? We can use alcoholic KOH, alcoholic NaOH. We can use sodamide in special case. Sodamide we can use in special case for benzene intermediate. All sodium alkoxide, NaOR, sodium methoxide, sodium ethoxide, potassium tertiary butoxide we can use. So these are the strong bases that are required for the E1CB reaction. Next point, polar protic solvent. Polar protic solvents generally used for E1CB reaction. Polar protic solvents, water, methanol, ethanol. High temperature required for E1CB reaction. Otherwise, substitution reactions will take place. High temperature required for E1CB reaction. Carbanion intermediate is formed. Carbanion intermediate is formed in E1CB elimination reaction. Carbanion intermediate is planar, sp2 hybridized and planar. That's why it's not syn elimination. There is no syn elimination and there is no anti-elimination. No syn elimination, no anti-elimination. No syn elimination, no anti-elimination. That's why it is a non-stereo specific reaction. E1CB reaction is non-stereo specific reaction. Non-stereo specific reaction. Next point, since carbanion intermediate is formed in deuterated solvents like D2O and methanol OD, MEOD, deuterium exchange is possible. Deuterium exchange is possible in E1CB reaction. This type of deuterium exchange is not possible in E1 and E2 reaction. Formation of this deuterium exchange is evidence for the formation of the carbanion intermediate. Next point, CH cleavage is taking place at first step. CH cleavage is taking place at the first step, that is the first step. That's why here no kinetic isotopic effect. There is no kinetic isotopic effect. No kinetic isotopic effect. There is the reaction in which if CH cleavage is taking place at a slow step, those reactions having kinetic isotopic effect. Those reactions in CH cleavage is taking place at a faster step, there is no kinetic isotopic effect. The first step is reversible reaction. The first step is reversible reaction and fast reaction and acid base reaction. It's a acid base reaction, first step. And one important, okay, this is acid base reaction, non-stereospecific reaction. That's it. Okay. So, and those compounds which will give stable carbanion, those compounds prefer to undergo E1CB reaction. Stable carbanion prefer to undergo E1CB elimination reaction. In the last example, we'll see one example, last example. So, what is the last example? Carbanion is formed, for that chloro and then CF3. This is the carbanion that is obtained in the last example. 1,1-dichloro 2,2,2 trifluoroethane. The carbanion that is obtained is this one. Okay. So, let's check for this stability of this carbanion. Here, this carbanion is more stable. That we can explain by using back bonding. So, there is a vacant d orbital. Okay, 3d series is there. This is a vacant d orbital are present. Vacant d orbital is present for a chlorine molecule. So, always whenever vacant d orbital is present adjacent to carbanion, there is a shift of lone pair of electrons towards the vacant d orbital. That concept is known as a back bonding. Back bonding. Okay, so this is a very good example for back bonding. Back bonding means a shift of lone pair of electrons towards the vacant orbital. Here vacant d orbital is present. Shift of lone pair of electrons towards vacant d orbital is nothing but a back bonding. Here this lone pair belongs to p orbital. Okay, so after that we will get a double bond like this. F C double bond Cl minus. Okay, Cl minus like that. Okay, it is stable. Okay, so this double bond we can call it as p pi d pi back bonding. So p orbital of the chlorine, empty d orbital of the chlorine forms a double bond, that is p pi d pi back bonding. Back bonding means shift of lone pair of electrons towards vacant d orbital. Because of this back bonding, this is stable. The one which will give stable carbocation, that compound, what is that compound? 2,2-dichloro 2,2,2 trifluoroethane will readily undergo E1CB. The reason is that is stable carbanion. Why that is stable carbanion means that is forming back bonding. What is that? What type of back bonding is p pi d pi back bonding. So these are the factors that are affecting E1CB reaction. In the next class, we will discuss the differences between E1, E2, E1CB, one table, and then we will discuss some important problem. So follow the class, read well, all the very best. Thank you.